now taking objective Beta.
Yo, what's going on guys, it's Devastating, thanks for tuning in today and welcome to a new video. And this time we are going back to my most favorite game mode of this franchise, Grind. And I know for a fact that it's not just my favorite game mode. And every time I watch footage of a round of Grind, I'm getting nostalgic. It's just so simple, but so much fun at the same time. I mean, just look at that, always action. Always flanking and no 5 minutes run from objective to objective. And it's the only game mode where enemy campers are actually useful. When you are on a 10-man kill streak and you die, no problem, just spawn right away and you can get instantly back in action. It was just paradise for a lot of players. And this flanking route right here was infamous. The adrenaline is pumping, you're hoping that nobody turns around. And when you got all of them, the satisfaction was real. And because of the linearity of this game mode, everybody was spotted all the time. And seeing 10 red Doritos right in front of you was something else. And when you took everybody down and met up with your teammates again, normally you would be happy because that means backup. But at these times back then it meant the flank is already over and you had to get back to cure that addiction. And do you remember the bug when you got a lot of kills in a short time, that the kill confirmation was bugged and the skull did not appear? This was actually a very bad bug because the kills would not count, but on the other hand it was a very satisfying feeling because you know when that bug appears you had one hell of a flank. And it was actually because of me that they got rid of it. I posted it on Reddit and a developer said that they were gonna fix it. At the end of the day it was just a minor bug because not many players encountered this. But you know what is a huge bug today? Getting rid of this game mode. When you have a look at the bottom right corner, you can see that this clip was from May 2020 and I'm pretty sure that this was the last time Grind was playable in this game. So almost 1 year by now. And the even worst thing about it is that you cannot create a community game with this game mode. I don't know why, That's really disappointing. These servers were always populated. I mean, from time to time they installed the Rush, Frontlines and Domination playlist. But why not swapping this for a week for Grind? And the only thing with Grind which was not that enjoyable was the steamrolls. You only need 2 men who pull a 50-man flank at the start of the round. And the base rape is real. And that is why a lot of rounds lasted less than 5 minutes. But in these 5 minutes you could also get 30 kills. Just have a look at this, so many unsuspecting enemies. It was definitely every aggressive player's heaven. And if you look ahead and think about the future, what will Battlefield 6 bring to the table? At the moment it's praised for its huge scale, 128 players, all-out warfare. And I think this sounds pretty good for the Conquest and even for the Breakthrough game mode. But what about the classic meat grinder? Just imagine having 128 players in a grind-like game mode. Talking about a 30-man flank, this would definitely be something else, and I really hope that they implement something like this. Let it be a 128 player Locker, Metro, Operation Underground, Argonne Forest, Fort Devoe. Or just make something out of the Conquest maps, just like here in this Grind game mode, and let the infantry players slaughter themselves. And I reckon that there will be a lot of players who want exactly this. On the one hand, this open sandbox feeling and experience with huge maps, jets, helicopters, tanks and so on. And on the other hand, these meat grinders for people like me. What is your opinion on that topic? Am I talking BS right here, or do you think that's something that is doable? Because for me, the game mode plays a huge factor how enjoyable the actual game is. But when I think of Conquest Hamada or Conquest Panzerstorm, I'm falling asleep before the map even loaded. I mean, coming from Battlefield 1942 and especially from Battlefield 2, this was all we had back then. Big maps, a lot of vehicles, all-out warfare, And that's what this franchise is famous for. But it somehow changed for me with playing Bad Company 2. Since then I'm more into these tighter game modes, let's say. Infantry focused and always action. So I do understand both sides of this, and I hope that Battlefield 6 will have something for everybody and that the player count will be that high that you can have these two different game modes or ways of playing. The trailer is more or less about to drop, and oh boy, thinking 3 years back how freaking hyped I was, and then watching this masterpiece. This was the lowest low this franchise ever was, and I do really hope that this time the trailer will be something like the BF1 trailer, getting me hyped and excited. Cause now I'm around 1500 hours of playtime in this game, and after 2.5 years you have enough, especially with this game of course. I am ready for new exciting stuff, and I guess we all are. And while the last clip is running at the background, and I think it's a good one, I wanted to take the chance and say thank you so much guys for your awesome support in the last months. The channel is growing and growing. I love reading all your comments, and of course I want to thank you for sticking around until the end of this video. And if you enjoyed it, you can always subscribe if you haven't already. You can drop a like, you can drop a comment. I do really appreciate all of this, and with that being said, I see you guys next time.